So I moved all my musical equipment and recording stuff out here in the garage so I could work on songs that for the new band I'm in. And I wanted to. I was inspired to create this video to thank everybody for everything they've done to help me through death of my son. It's been 54 days. Don't even seem possible. The pain is still fresh. You know, they see time eases all wounds. I'll live the rest of my life and I probably will never feel whole again. There's been a lot of people that reached out to me and have helped me through the most horrific thing I've ever had to experience. And they always ask me, Dale, if there's anything you need, let me know. And I appreciate that. What I need is to be heard. Let me talk about my son. There's a lot of people that know Josh the way that I did. They knew what a tender-hearted kid he was, but others that didn't. There's so much about Josh that they don't know. All they know is that he committed suicide and he had a drug problem. What they don't know is what a tender heart he had. And how he stood up for those that couldn't stand up for themselves. And I got a story of that I'd like to tell you about Joshua. He had a little Hispanic kid. His name was Carlos, probably a third the size that Joshua was. And he would walk home with Josh and stay with him until his mom got off work to save daycare money. And they would wrestle, and he would let Carlos pin him. He'd go, no mas, no mas. And it was a very special friendship. And at the school he was going to at the time, there was this bully, they called him Rat Boy. Because he looked like a little rat, I gotta be honest. I mean, I know he's just a kid, but yeah, just looking at him, you could tell he was a bully, you could tell he was a jerk. Well, Josh talked to me and said, Dad, what do I do? I said, I'm seeing him bullying people and I don't want to get in trouble. You know, I don't want to cause any hassle, but I mean, I can't stand to watch this kid bully people. Now he's starting to pick on Carlos. And I told Josh, I said, look, catch the kid outside of school and talk to him. Not everything has to resort into violence, okay? You know, maybe if you let him know that you're watching him and that you're not going to stand by anymore and let him do what he's doing, you know, maybe it'll change. So anyway, I get a call from my ex and she is livid. She said, your son just beat up a kid at school and the police are there. Now I got to go try to straighten this out. Kind of funny, whenever Josh did something wrong, he was my son. When he did something good, he was our son. I guess it's just kind of a woman thing, I don't know. So anyway, I asked her, I said, well, do you want me to come and meet you at the school? And she goes, no, you've done enough already, because she knew that I had talked to Josh about this kid. Well, about an hour and a half later, I get a call from her. And attitude totally changed. And she said, I was so angry when I walked into that school. You know, I was just steaming, and this teacher grabbed my arm and said, hey, Mrs. Smith, if that was my son, he wouldn't be in trouble. Said, this kid's been bullying people for a long time. We've been trying to figure out a way to get him suspended from school. So they got a dossier on this kid. And come to find out, the resource officer that was there, that was a Carrollton policeman, was really impressed with Joshua's manners. When he when he beat up Rat Boy in the lunchroom because he smacked his little buddy Carlos upside the head in front of him, Joshua had enough. There was nothing he couldn't watch it any longer. So he stomped a mud hole in this kid, and the kid was laying in a fetal position by the time Josh got done with him. And none of the teachers made a move to stop it because they knew exactly what was going on and what had been going on. And all the kids in the cafeteria stood up and applauded. And the reason why I know this, I'll tell you here in a minute. But going towards what happened in the principal's office is the policeman was very impressed with Joshua's manners and sir, ma'am, all the stuff that I taught him. And Rat Boy's mom came in and she was loaded for bear. She wanted Joshua arrested. She threatened a lawsuit, threatened to sue me and Joshua's mom and sue the school, blah, blah, blah. And the officer pulled out a file about this thick of kids of incidences having to do with Rat Boy. He said, ma'am, I don't think you really want to pursue this because I got about 50 kids here that your son is bullied. And I bet you I could talk to those parents and they would be filing charges against your kid, probably bringing a lawsuit. Well, that shut her up, and she took the kid out of school. Nobody ever saw him again. So, fast forward 2 weeks, me and Josh are at Chili's. We're watching a Dallas Cowboy game. And this little kid with glasses, I saw him out of the corner of my eye. Josh was on my right-hand side. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this little kid approaching Josh almost in hero worship. Almost in awe of him. Like, do I even dare touch him on the shoulder? And he slowly approached and he tapped Josh and took a couple of steps back. And Josh goes, "Oh, we go to the same school, don't we?" He goes, "Yeah, I was in the cafeteria that day that you beat up Rat Boy." And I said, "Be honest. Did everybody in the cafeteria really stand up and applaud when Josh beat that bully up?" And his little brow got all furrowed. He goes, "Oh yeah, we don't like Rat Boy. He was mean." But that was Josh. He defended those that couldn't defend themselves. And I had always told Josh, I said, you're bigger and stronger than the other kids, and don't ever use your strength and your size to bully anybody. And he's like, "Oh, Dad, I'd never do that." So that'll be the only thing that would get you an ass kicking from me, is if I ever found you're using your size and strength to push other people around. And he did. Football, he defended his teammates. We were in a deal called Indian Guide, and Josh was the biggest kid. And he always, when we go on a hike or something, he always took the back because he goes, "We don't leave any Indian guides behind." He had a great heart. I love him. I miss him. But I know that he's in a better place. And all the demons that he struggled with, he ain't struggling with them now. It's those of us that are left behind that have to deal with the carnage. And I read something very poignant by someone that said, grief is just love with no place to go. So to all of y'all that have had my back and have thrown out so much love my way and support, I don't even have the words to tell you how much I appreciate it. Love you all mightily. And just so you know, I'm here for you as well. Godspeed, little man.